Hello. Hello, friends.
Thank you, friends.
Hey, Doug. Welcome. Hopefully you can all hear me. Hear me all right? Check, 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 check. 1, 2.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
Is the Strait of Hormuz open yet? How big is that crack spread?
They don't know what the they're doing.
Thank you, friends.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, friends.
Best clip of all time.
Thank you, friends.
Come on in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, today we're doing the rounds. We're doing the rounds today. We're not holding back. We're going around and round. Round the world. It's, hey, Lisa, welcome. How are you? So we are going to do... There's so much, guys. Like, I can't even structure everything that's going on. So we're just going to go through some news, you know? We're going to go through, discuss clips, breakdowns. We're going to discuss all sorts of stuff. Okay? Discuss. You ready? Hey, Est, welcome. My clothes brush, number 2. Here we go, everybody. Let's start off with some FIFA backlash because I love this. Some FIFA backlash. Choo-choos!
Thank you, friends.
Well done, my boy.
देखा मैंने कितना अच्छा डांस करता है?
Welcome. Welcome, friends. All right, let's get into it.
Now, FIFA is defending its plan to sell shares in its competitions, including the World Cup, to private investors after European clubs announced a boycott. So, in a statement, FIFA said this: our planned consultation process.
The Ori Solomon story? I'm not sure what that is. Sorry, TJ. He's doing well. He's doing well. I'll play some videos later. We'll get into the news and then... Hey, Des.
Thank you, friends.
Was disrupted by incorrect media reports. We will proceed with this consultation process to ensure that each member association has the ability to express its vote based on facts. Nobody is selling football.
Kez.
This is not something FIFA would ever entertain. Everyone has the right to express their opinion and to seek further clarification, but no single entity can claim to represent all 211 member associations around the world.
Wow. Infantino is pushing back? Infantino's pushing back?
Pleased to say Jackie is here with me. How do you view
They
all
don't
of
know
this,
what the
Jackie? Is this
they're
football
doing.
descending into civil war, or are we sort of
Yeah.
hyping it up?
No, I think it's civil war within football. You know, you've got FIFA and then you've got UEFA, two massively powerful organisations, and they are definitely not seeing head to head on.
Okay. Ladies, and you know, anyone else who knows the subject, not just ladies.
This
but
one,
mainly
we are not selling football. No one is selling football. Well, actually, you
A question
are
for-
selling 20% of it.
Question for the women in the
and getting
chat.
a private investment firm in to sell
Let
that
me
off.
just
That
ask a
private
question. Let the
investment
lady
firm
come back on.
happens to
Hey,
belong
Dubstick.
to Joshua Kushner,
Who?
who is Jared Kushner's brother, who is the son-in-law of Donald Trump. Thrive Eternal, the company is called. So you are selling a bit of it off. You've put this carrot in front
Yeah, I have Dope Stick. We're gonna go through it.
of the 211 members of FIFA.
Okay. Yeah, Hamas agreeing terms. Yeah. Hey, Michael. What work has this lady got done? Okay, so I'm like looking at this and I'm thinking, there's something up with her cheeks that isn't quite like. It feels a little plastic. Like when you compare, what do I look for in a guy? Penis. Seriously, that's it.
New follower detected.
Yeah, so there's stuff on the cheeks. You can see the lack of wrinkles. So there's obviously something here, right? Guys, am I imagining this? There's something here. I mean, looks like you have an admirer, Unk. Honestly, men, just wear even. I'm game. I'm game for whatever. Amber can't hear me, I think. Nah, Amber can't hear me. Kia ora. Hey, Shiny. Yeah, Nari, absolutely. Had a good day. FYI, I also look for penis. Lisa. Save that for the old men. So what work do we think? Okay, there's obviously Botox here. Right? Botox. Lip filler. Has this lady got... I thought you said you were gay, and I was thinking, does Amber know? Does she need to know? I don't think it's necessary. Def lip filler.
Le phoque m'a poussé. Le
What?
phoque m'a poussé. Le phoque m'a poussé. Le phoque m'a poussé. Le phoque m'a poussé.
What is this? Is that a gift? Is that a gift? There's a gift. There's a gift. It's a song. A song comes on and it goes, Le fuck ma poussé. Le fuck. It's like French for something else, obviously. But I don't. Amber, can you not stand here, please? Like, this is a little bit crowded.
I'm mogging you.
Huh?
I'm mogging you.
You're mogging me, yes. You're crowding me. I heard something else.
Bunny hop. Hop hop.
That was a great gift. Thank you. It's for Noisy is in misogyny mode? What? Well, I'm just talking about the work this lady has done, man. Why is this? By the way, I didn't give myself that gift, Dope Stick. Someone else gave me that gift. Why we? Gosh. Can we just get back on track? Can we just get back on track, please? Okay. Ordering your wife, the mother of your child, where to stand, listening to Smut, criticizing the old hag for her looks. Oh my, I'm not criticizing anybody for their look. I'm just saying, bro, like there's work done here. I just wanted to know what it was. Inject fat from her Botox. Injected fat. Hands up if you guys use Botox. Hands up if you guys use Botox. We want to be good boys, but it's not playing. Oh, you do for migraines? Does it work for migraines? How the heck do you use it for migraines? Tell me more. Does it actually work for migraines? Or you just like poison yourself? I have bad ones. I made my migraines. It made my migraines worse? Oh shit, really?
Saying, okay, you can have 20 million upfront now if we go ahead with this, and you'll get loads of money later. And it is a bit like a bribe. And so, to a smaller country like, I don't know, Curacao, you can fund your grassroots football forever with this money.
It's because of that song. Amber reads Smut. Amber reads a lot of Smut.
Maybe you will be tempted to vote for that. As for UEFA, the 55 members of UEFA had an emergency meeting yesterday and said, absolutely not, we are not voting for this. And in fact, we're going to boycott all FIFA tournaments, including starting with the
She
Women's
chose the
World
weed,
Cup, which
Prof?
is next
Nice.
year, and the playoffs for the Women's World Cup,
Hope
which
you get well.
are in
Thank you.
October.
Yes, of course.
So that will be an immediate impact if they go ahead with it. CONCACAF, another confederation, who've got
Oh, you want the where the fuck did the sound effects go, man? Hold on, I'll turn it on.
41 votes said we are against it. They stopped short of saying we'll boycott, but they are against it. We have heard as well that the Asian Confederation, they're not happy either. So at the minute, just 10 more votes is needed to block this. If CONCACAF go with UEFA and say we are not voting for this, they would then need a further 10 votes. From
Amber
Asia,
shared it with me. Amber literally stood at the door and said, "Who said you read Smut? You don't read Smut. I read Smut." Amber stood at the door and said it. I wasn't leaking anything.
From some of the other members. And you've got to remember as well, this was the most successful World Cup that's ever been run. 12 billion was made from this World Cup. People were spending £5,000 on a single ticket to England's semi-final. This was a very, very commercial World Cup with water breaks, i.e. ad breaks, a 30-minute half time when it's normally 15 minutes in the World Cup final itself. This was a...
Is Israel part of the UEFA? I don't know if they went against this. I think all 55 countries or 55 member states of UEFA went against it. I think all 55 went against it. Oh, nice. You got hurt? Oh, my gosh.
A very, very commercial World Cup. And people were raising eyebrows at what was done there. And this is just a step too far.
So interesting. Thank you, Jackie, for bringing us up to date on that.
Hold up, guys. I need to get this link. how do I do this, man? Browser source. Yeah, this is what I copy browser link. Okay. And then I add browser source. What is this browser to chat? Let's do this. Hold up 1 sec, guys. I just need to add this browser source. Okay. Close is up here. Where is it? There. Okay, you guys can use it now. Dope Stick, you can use it now. Try it. Try it out. Yeah, Infantino is really dropping the ball.
Here's
here,
how
isn't he?
badly Donald Trump's.
They're doing. Do you understand that?
There you go. There you go.
I want to be a good boy.
So there we are.
I want to be a good boy.
Strange things are happening.
Well, hundreds of.
Hold up.
Okay, what was
Yeah, more Infantino news first.
your reaction, first
Hey,
of all,
Raymond,
to hear about Gianni Infantino's proposal for the World Cup and other major events?
You've been officially anointed as anemic? Wait. Before I comment on this, let me just quickly oh shit, your body lacks enough healthy red blood cells or hemoglobin to carry oxygen to your tissues?
Anemic.
Well, it's not a proposal. It's being termed that by Infantino,
That's
but it's
crazy.
effectively stealing. It's robbery of the crown jewels of global football, the biggest sport in the world and the biggest sporting tournament in the world, the World Cup. FIFA is a not-for-profit under Swiss law. They have to reinvest all of those profits back into the game around the world. So it's not just the idea that Infantino wants to sell off a part of the World Cup unnecessarily, completely, but in fact the lack of process and the way that he's done it, which is an absolute disgrace. I mean, as a president, he has a responsibility, a fiduciary duty to act in the interests of all of the 211 members, and that means...
Yeah, it's probably why I was passing out. Oh my gosh, dude. Take care of yourself, man. It's probably why I was passing out. It's so crazy. El Finito, welcome.
Means full transparency. It means full deliberation, consideration of an issue. But what he's done is he's run off, not told anyone. He's worked with apparently Trump allies, as everyone knows, this Joshua Kushner, who's the brother of the son-in-law. And then he's just run back to FIFA, said, OK, here's the proposal, let's get it out. And now he's trying to coerce it through, ram it through the federations around the world within 53 days. It's unprecedented. Even for Infantino, it's brazen. And that's saying something after some of the controversy we just had in the World Cup, which seems, now it seems a long time ago, because this has really hit a new level.
Hey, Palfax.
Certainly, yes, raised a lot of discussion. Craig, you're certainly fired up. UEFA, Europe's governing body, is absolutely fired up, threatening now to boycott any of the events, including World Cups. How big is this?
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. Look, I think football fans...
You have Hashimoto's and lupus. Honestly, those words I've only heard on House. I've only heard Hashimoto's and lupus on House MD.
And the vast majority of them all around the world will be fired up, and rightly so. This is the world's most loved tournament. This is a tournament that just delivered a $13 billion US...
He's an Dope Stick. He's an ex-Aussie football player.
Profit here. We're not talking about a need for a game globally that has a hunger for additional capital and therefore has to look at, how to resolve that issue. This is just simply Infantino trying to organise somehow, whether it's allies or indeed potentially, it's been reported with himself having a role externally, trying to profit off a game that completely unnecessarily. So, yes, people are extremely concerned, as am I as a former player, and as are UEFA, as you said. So it's really important because there are a number of federations around the world, hopefully not Australia, who are supportive of this, despite the way that it's been done. That's CONMEBOL in South America and Africa, as I understand it. That means that they may well be voting in favour in the next just over a month. However, the action from UEFA is incredibly important because they've not just come out with a statement like AFC has as well, which is good.
What's his name? Craig Foster.
And CONCACAF, Central America and North America, what they've done is they've come out and said they're actually going to boycott tournaments. I think the action is needed. It's not good enough just to say, oh, we're concerned here about the lack of due process and consultation. Well, there's been none. There's been none. And you're bringing in external investors into the World Cup and all of the pressures that brings. And the idea from Infantino that, oh, well, this is just good for the game and we're still going to run the World Cup with no external influence is complete rubbish.
Guys, I want your opinion on this one. What do you guys feel about this? What do you guys feel about this? I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible, and it's going to bring the beautiful game into disrepute. I have to also note that every other sport is going this way with private investment. I guess club football is there because of private investment, right? Club football is kind of filling that gap. But the World Cup was the thing that wasn't to be messed with, wasn't to be, ripped of its innocence. And I just feel like FIFA is corrupt enough without private investment sucking it dry. Yeah. Man, this is just, again, people making accessible things inaccessible. It's so sad, dude. The other sports that have done this have either been in a very precarious place financially to begin with, or they are American sports which began as private. Yeah, the NCAA model, man, holy crap. The NCAA model is crazy. It's like private from college football, like college level. Football is making loads of money, is the most popular sport in the world. Absolutely no need for further private investment in the World Cup. Yeah. Keep the World Cup pure. Keep it out of the hands of these greedy ass people who want to add drinks breaks into everything. America has ruined so much, man. America's about to ruin football. There you go, America. Another thing that America has ruined. It's Trump's effing family as well, LOL. Venture capital make everything worse. I fucking hate the US so much. Dope sticks on fire today. They want their fingers in all the pies, control the money, billionaires getting richer. Yeah, the problem is their fingers are getting burnt at the moment in all sorts of places. In Iran, everywhere. Fingers are getting burnt.
The whole point about external venture capital is that they need a return. And to get a return, they will, no question, want to change the game. We saw the sponsor breaks. We saw the halftime concert. We can expect a whole lot more of that sort of change of the very fabric of the game in order to deliver maximum returns under this type of, let's say, robbery.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Hey, Bean, welcome. Let me just...
Breaking news.
I want to start this show today with City's co-head of U.S.
Yeah, here we go. This is the other one that came out just now. He's in big trouble, apparently.
We start with breaking news
Hey,
this
the day
morning.
room.
FIFA
Kia ora.
have issued their first response to the ongoing backlash to President Gianni Infantino's plan to seek private investment in competitions, including the World Cup. In a statement released at 4 a.m. this morning, FIFA blamed incorrect media reports for disrupting the consultation process and said nobody is selling football. Well, this is not something FIFA would ever entertain, a statement that looks to be a direct response to UEFA, who earlier this week claimed football was not theirs to sell. The response from FIFA follows after European nations agreed to boycott the World Cup over Infantino's plan. CONCACAF, including USA and Canada, followed by rejecting the proposal, but didn't go as far as a complete boycott. Member associations have until September the 19th to accept Infantino's deal and secure $20 million at the start of next year.
This Infantino guy is the worst of the worst. FIFA attracts some of the worst people. The World Cup was a big cringe pantomime, throwing in some corruption. When FIFA was here, we realized it was truly the government we hate. Yeah, very corrupt, man. It's bad. Having a monopoly on finance capital allows you to influence everything. It's like it is what America was designed to do. Fuck up everything. Egghead needs replacing. Yeah.
In their statement, these are some of the key points.
I would have used, a different first word, but each to their own.
Points FIFA made. FIFA say erroneous reporting in the media disrupted a planned consultation process. Although it's worth noting they did not state any specific reporting that had been wrong. In another apparent dig at UEFA, they claim no single entity can claim to represent all 211 member associations around the world, and added each member association should be allowed.
Not relevant except to me. Denis Shapovalov is into the semi-final in the Los Cabos tennis, not FIFA. Oh shit. Okay. Who's like the big name at that event? Who's the big name at that event? They always have like a number one seed and they bring in like the big name. Who's that guy?
To review the proposal and have a say in shaping their own future. These are the democratic principles of FIFA. FIFA say they will proceed with the consultation process to ensure that each member association has the ability to express its vote based on facts. However, they do acknowledge without the support of the majority of member associations, Infantino's FIFA Forward enterprise would not be established. And despite the backlash, FIFA say they have recognized the...
Wish the world was as nice as you, Noisy. What? I'm not. I've got rough edges, man. I'm not nice. I was yelling at people on LinkedIn just like 10 minutes ago. Trust me. I've unfiltered everything. Like it's people are getting backlash from me now.
Concerns and that have been raised.
I'm not
and
nice at all.
Reaffirmed its commitment to an open and democratic
and
consultation. For more on this, our chief correspondent, Kava Solokol.
LinkedIn has become Facebook. What has Facebook become? F LinkedIn.
Joins us now on the phone. What do you make of the statement, Kave? Very early in the morning, 4 a.m. Goodness.
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, it is a desperate, tone-deaf statement. Which
you yell and you are nice. You yelled at me. What? When did I? Bean, what did I yell at you for? Oh shit! Now I feel like I need to know.
Which was issued in
FIFA
the middle of the
made
night
13
from
billion.
FIFA's
They could give every country more than 20 million, but I'm not good at math.
Bunker. It's very interesting that the statement doesn't mention.
I've yelled at many people, Bean,
by name. The way I read this,
but all in
this
good
is
faith,
a statement from Gianni Infantino. It's not necessarily a FIFA statement. How many people inside FIFA actually agree with what Gianni Infantino is doing? He's in a hole. He needs to stop digging. He needs to start reading the room. He needs to start accepting the fact that his power is starting to ebb away, and he needs to...
If this is the mistake these football people are making, if they think, I just think, if they think it's Infantino that's doing this, he's wrong. They're wrong. America, Donald Trump, has Europe by the Hormuz Sea, okay?
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
And because Donny Boy has Europe by the Hormuzzi. What Donny Boy tells Europe to do, European leaders will fall in line. Okay, ultimately, I think Donny Boy's gonna go, hey, if you don't join this, I'm gonna tariff you. Do you think Donald Trump gives a shit about playing by the rules? Do you think Donald Trump gives a shit about playing by the rules? He doesn't care. He's going to just tariff European countries who don't get alongside this. He doesn't give a shit. This is Donny Boy's move.
Start by apologising to football. He needs to start by apologising to football fans all around the world. And also, he needs to start apologising and explaining himself to members of the FIFA Council, the presidents of the confederations, also the presidents of the 211 member associations. And he needs to stop blaming the media. What is this crazy obsession he's got, which he seems to have picked up from President Donald Trump, where he thinks it's a good idea to keep lashing out at the media? He seems to think that is somehow going to help him. The reporting that's been done this week, which was led by the Times and the Financial Times,
that's a great point, by the way. That is a really good point.
Accurate.
Hey, Cocomilli.
And if it wasn't for this reporting, there wouldn't be the furore that we have now, and we wouldn't know the facts in the way that we know the facts now. So I suggest that Gianni Infantino needs to change course. He needs to wake up and fully understand the mess that he's created for himself. And he needs...
We're just listening to Gianni Infantino. This guy's a baddie. He's a big baddie. He's doing bad things. He's making a lot of people around the world sad. He's selling things that is not his. I love you, man. Good night, everybody. I love you, Aaron. Love ya.
To start saying sorry, because I think that's the only way.
Amber, can you not teach him how to say bye, bitches?
He's going to be able to save himself.
Kevin, from what I've read, the world's media are calling for Infantino's head. Is there a way out of this?
Mama Sunshine, thank you for the gold coin.
Well, I mean, Gianni Infantino's been in plenty of tight spots before.
Thank you so much for the gold
He's
coins.
managed to sort of extricate himself from those tight spots. I think he's in big, big trouble now. I think this is the biggest crisis he's faced, and it's all of his own making. His strategy seems...
Mama Sunshine, this is for you.
Thank you, friends.
Oh. Should I make that like a gift sound? A sound whenever I get a gift, it just goes...
Thank you, friends.
to be now, the best way for him to survive, he seems to think, is to pretend that this is all just a democratic process, and what's happening now is just a consultation, and the 211 FAs can decide whether to go ahead with this plan or not. And if they don't go ahead with it, no problem at all. It's all been a storm in a teacup. He seems to think that is the best way to survive. Other people, I think, would advise him to basically come out and say sorry, and say sorry to fans, say sorry to the whole football world, and also to the people he works with, and members of the FIFA Council and the confederations and all the football associations. Say, look, I'm really, really sorry. I misjudged this. I shouldn't have done this behind your back. We all make mistakes. Please forgive me. And don't forget, here's £10 billion that we made from the World Cup. And then lie low for a while, and maybe he can ride it out, and maybe he could be re-elected unopposed as FIFA president next March.
Thank you, friends.
But that doesn't seem to be what he's doing. I'm not sure that he can carry on down this road of blaming the media and carrying on with the consultation process. I'm not sure he fully understands the strength of feeling against him, not just over this, but over lots of things that he's done since he's been FIFA president.
I'm not sure, Kevin, that Gianni Infantino knows how to lie low, does he? Well, who could potentially take over? That's the big question.
Well, it's amazing that we're even having this conversation, because we wouldn't be having this conversation just a few days ago. A few days ago, it looked almost 100% guaranteed that Gianni Infantino would be re-elected unopposed as FIFA president for another 4-year term next March. And that's because in his back pocket, he has 200 letters of support from the 211 FAs around the world, including the English FA, who've all said they'll support him next year to stand again. So he was almost guaranteed to win before this week. But of course, now things have changed. And what's really interesting is whether anyone will now stand against him. And who could that person be? Will UEFA try and look for a candidate to put up against him? There's been talk that maybe the president of PSG, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, who's one of the most powerful men in world football. He's also on the UEFA Executive Committee. He's also the chairman of beIN Sports. He's the chairman of the European football clubs. Could he stand? My understanding of the situation is that he is not interested in replacing Gianni Infantino. Not interested.
I think they've misread this situation, man. I think Infantino is there to stay. I don't think he's going to resign. I think Donald Trump is going to do everything in his power to keep Infantino in power. I think Donnie's sold on this.
Interested at all. Other possible candidates, you could have somebody, for instance, like Sheikh Salman, who almost became FIFA president 10 years ago, came second in the vote behind Gianni Infantino.
Oh, guitar guy. Loving my new work laptop. I can now have you on here and YouTube, Noisy. I love it. Welcome, guitar guy.
In 2016, we've seen the situation where Sheikh Salman, as a president of the Asian Federation, just a couple of days ago, they released a really strongly worded statement saying how disappointed and concerned they were about what FIFA had done and what Gianni Infantino had been doing. So could he potentially be tempted to stand again? Then there's the president of CONCACAF Confederation. That is the confederation that runs North American, Central American, and Caribbean football, Victor Montagliani. Now, he could possibly stand as well. We've just had the World Cup in 3 CONCACAF countries. Historically, CONCACAF have been close to Gianni Infantino, but of course we had the situation yesterday where they came out and said they reject this proposal as well. Finally, I think somebody who would be very, very popular would be Alexander Ceferin, who's the president of UEFA. Now, he has a totally different vision to the way football should be run. If Ceferin was the president of FIFA, there would be no hydration breaks. There would be no FIFA peace prizes. There would be no Qatari-owned private jets for the president. There would be no $1 million World Cup tickets. But
how insane,
I don't think
man.
Mr. Ceferin has ever expressed any desire or interest publicly about replacing Gianni Infantino as FIFA president. I think perhaps we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. I think Gianni Infantino is under a lot of pressure. I think it was fair to say that he is fighting for his job, but I think we are still not at the stage where we're going to get people coming out and saying they're going to stand against him. The first thing that football needs to do is to kill off this.
Oh, I'll just stop it there. The first thing football needs to do is kill off this blank. Fill in the blanks, everybody. The first thing FIFA needs to do is kill off this blank. Fill in the gaps, folks. What do we think blank is? Just kill off this corruption? That's a very sensible answer. Leanne, very sensible answer. I feel like people are loading up right now. People are loading up. The groove? Kill off this groove? Kill off this brown and black people? What? Kill off this crowd? Kill off this frog legs? What? Today I learned that someone I know personally Ronnie, you can't leave me on a cliffhanger like that. They're going to whitewash the corruption more like. Spent 2 months in ICE detention. Oh.
This plan that Gianni Infantino has cooked up with his friends behind closed doors.
He said, kill off this plan. Hey, evening, dear. Evening. Welcome. Today I learned, Ronnie on TikTok is saying, today I learned that someone I know personally spent 2 months in ICE detention. Oh my gosh. Hey, Calamity. Like, what the fuck? What happened? Did they just get pulled off the street? Or was it like a house thing? Did they raid their house? What happened? That sounds horrific. I'm so sorry that they had to go through that. Far out, man. ICE just seems so crazy. ICE seems freaking insane. I think a lot of people in America are going to start finding out that their close friends or relatives or whatever have been arrested or have spent time in ICE facilities. Dude, it's terrifying. They're working with my local police. That's it. Don't go outside the house. Just stay in your house. Lockdown. Lockdown, everybody. I know I'm laughing, but it's probably what people are doing right now. People are probably terrified about what's happening. Okay, so there's this other thing happening right now. If you haven't heard, you're about to. There are a whole bunch of migrants from Morocco streaming into Spanish territory. He's a British national. Oh. Did you see that Marco Rubio apparently said, how do I say that? Ceuta, Spain is recognized as Moroccan territory. My Hispanic friends in the U.S. are scared and hardly go out anymore, and bars are way quieter now. Ceuta. I think some of my comments are getting filtered. Really? Wildfires are next level, yeah. And bars are way quieter, jeez. So I have mixed feelings about this. I know there's a lot going on online about CETA. Okay. I know there's a lot of stuff behind these migrants being released and it being organized. I've also seen Israel come out really quickly. Obviously Spain's in the firing line. Okay, Spain's in the firing line for this, and I'll give you my point of view. I'll give you my perspective on this after we watch this, okay?
Migrants have swum from Morocco to the Spanish enclave of Ceuta, sparking fresh tensions along Europe's southern border. Video footage from Ceuta shows large groups of people coming across the frontier, making their way around the breakwaters to gain entry into the Spanish territory. Now, most of those crossing appeared to be young men, but families, women, and children were also among the arrivals. Some migrants were heard shouting support.
Hey, is this one of those words that's got the lisp in it? The Strait of Ceuta. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yes, of course. Oh, it's got the lisp in it. Ceuta. Like Hormuz.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
Like Barcelona. Barcelona. If your tongue isn't visibly sticking out when you say that bit, like Barcelona, like if your tongue isn't sticking out, you ain't doing it right.
For Spain as they entered the enclave. Ceuta is a small Spanish territory on the northern coast of Africa, bordering Morocco, and has long been an entry point for migrants seeking to reach Europe. Local authorities have asked Madrid to declare a national emergency and provide military assistance to help manage the growing number of arrivals.
Yeah.
Well, I'm joined now by journalist Stephen Burgeon.
Okay. Look, let me just put my 2 cents here, okay? Whether or not the Moroccan government is working with Israel or America or Marco Rubio or whoever else, Donald Trump, to make this happen, let me be clear. Those people going over into Spain, into Spanish territory, they don't have a great life. Okay? They are, because of European extractionism from Africa, they do not have a great life. They are still refugees. They are still refugees. Whether they were organized to flee there in mass or not, dear, they're still refugees who have been displaced, who live in less than ideal situations because of European extractionism and Western extractionism. Okay, so whether this was organized or not, I empathize with those Moroccans who are right now running into the frontier with their families, trying to build a better life. Let me just put a stake in the sand here, okay? Stake in the ground. Spain isn't particularly a great historical actor, if you know what I mean. For all of the things that Spain's doing right now with talking about Gaza, etc., Spain is Spain because it looted so many places around the world and still has colonies. Remember what I said, right? Remember what I said. I do not believe that Europe should have these border laws where people who are crossing the Mediterranean are drowning. 1,000 refugees have drowned in the Mediterranean this year. 1,000. And to me, for how much Europe has extracted from the world, I do not think international law should allow Europe to close its borders. I don't think it should. I do not think Europe should be allowed to close its borders. Just because Spain is saying nice things about Gaza and recognizing Palestine, do not forget the humanity of these people, whether they're Moroccan or Tunisian or whoever. They are not the government of those countries. They are just human beings who are wanting a better life, whether they've been organized to coerce or cause chaos, or that's not their fault. These are refugees looking for a better life. I do not think Spain has any right to call these people illegal or anything else. Because the reason why Africa exists the way it is a lot to do with what Europe has done to Africa. It's a hell of a lot to do with what Europe has done to Africa. And to me, even if this is because of a conflict, because Spain is in the firing line, because Spain supports Palestine, I think refugees getting another home is fine. I think it's just It's justice. So yeah, you know what? Good on these people, man. Good on these people. They probably were told, we'll organize you into these vans and you run into the city. But bro, I mean, these people have fucking nothing. And the reason they have nothing is because of countries like Spain that have extracted wealth from their own homeland. Just because Pedro Sanchez has been good does not mean Spain has been a good actor in geopolitics. It's extractionism. It's European colonization. Never forget that. So I'm with the people, the people fleeing, man. I'm with those people. I'm always with those people. I'll always stand behind them. They deserve a better life. Good on them. Fucking go find a better life. Do it.
He has reported on Spain for more than 2 decades. Mr. Virgin, it's good to have you with us. What is happening at the border right now?
Very much what you've shown in your pictures, that there are still...
Do you think Israel was behind it? I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I don't think... I mean, there might be some collaborating with Morocco, because I know Morocco is part of the Abraham Accords and all of those things. But man, how can you hate these people? Like, how can you hate these people who have nothing? So I'm like, look, man, Europe, it's time for Europe to think about reparations. It's time for Europe to start thinking about the shitty border security laws it has while creating the displacement crisis. Okay? Europe is creating the displacement crisis in Africa. The West is creating the displacement crisis in Africa. And not good enough. Euromaga becomes popular. Yeah, it fucks up. The more popular Euromaga becomes, Red Bob Scoff, the more Europe will be dismantled from the inside out. This is the thing about European fascists that they don't understand, is that every time they do fascist things, it's like punching themselves in the nuts. Europe will never understand. These fascists in Europe will never understand that the more fascistic they act, the more it'll be like punching themselves in the nuts. Because that's what fascism is. It's about looking inward, right? And the more inward Europe looks, the more it will be isolated from the rest of the world. And that means worse economic outcomes. To me, all power to these people running into Spanish territory. Fuck it, bro. Like, I saw people waving at them and asking them to get in, Yeah, bro, that's hardcore. Do it. Why the fuck should these people suffer? Because of European extractionism. Why? I don't understand. But my solidarity is with the people, man. My solidarity is with the people. My solidarity is with these refugees. I don't care if they were coerced into doing it. They deserve a better life.
Dozens, possibly hundreds of migrants crossing the breakwater and then running along inside the wall that separates Ceuta from Morocco proper. Something like 1,500 people have crossed over in the past few days, and there doesn't seem...
Europeans colonize the globe, yet they don't want others colonizing their country. Such hypocrites. Yeah, exactly. They've fucked up the world. They've like completely created a model of extractionism where it's wealth extraction from the global south to the west. And they have impoverished so many people, drawn arbitrary lines, in so many of the global south nations, in all the global south nations, that people fight over to this day. It's insane how much damage the West has done to the world. And no, I'm not angry at the people running across the border, bro. I'd be running with them if I had a chance. If I lived in Spain, I'd be fucking encouraging them too.
The authorities say at the moment that all they can do is attend to the people who are wounded in the crossing or injured, but they're not able to do anything to stop it.
And do we know why is this happening now? Is this mainly about calm summer conditions, or has something changed politically?
You can't expect the population of the West to pay for what the elite do. Bro, poor ass fucking people from the West went across in boats and mass murdered my ancestors. Shut the fuck up. It wasn't just elites. It was the full spectrum of European society that went around the world and mass murdered people. Don't do that, Paul G. Don't do that, Paul G.
I think, the other side...
What do you mean when? Are you serious? Nah, you're full of shit, bro. Here's the thing, right? For snowflakes, I think it's really important to learn your ancestors' history. Don't be in denial. There is what do you mean how many years ago? They're still doing it, buddy. There's still extractionism. Okay, so in Aotearoa, New Zealand, the most incarcerated people in Aotearoa, New Zealand are Maori, indigenous Maori. The most incarcerated people in Australia today are Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. The most incarcerated people in the United States on Turtle Island are the Native Americans and the indigenous people in Canada. Okay? Along with black Americans. Along with black people. In South America, the trend is the same. In Palestine, the most imprisoned population, the most oppressed population are the Palestinians, the indigenous people. The West has done it over and over and over again to so many populations, and it still happens today. And this Paul G is like, yeah, how many years ago? The fuck are you what are you talking about? It's happening today, bro.
Of the border in Morocco, there are hundreds, possibly thousands.
Do you think the Bank of England just got rich? Do you think the Bank of England just got rich, or continues to stay rich because, white supremacy, like white people are better? What? Oh my gosh. Just insane. It's idiotic that these people don't understand how the world works. All countries do the exact same thing. Even China has slavery, bro. I just think the lack of education, especially around European colonization in the West, is purposeful. Because what people in the West don't understand is that European colonization was and still is the largest man-made human suffering ever. Nothing comes close. It's still happening today. The amount of people European colonization has killed, the amount of land stolen, the amount of wealth stolen, the amount of slaves taken, it is the worst. It is larger than any civilization or group that has done it before or after. White supremacy has been responsible for the largest man-made human suffering ever. Nothing comes close. How do you like them apples, Pepper?
Thousands of people who are looking for a chance to cross. Many of them are fleeing conflicts from far away as Afghanistan or in Western Africa.
Hey, Andrea, welcome.
But as you see in the pictures, most of these people are young Moroccan men. And apparently there's a rumor that the word went out that the gates were open and they could get in, and there'd be no problem getting into Morocco. And this seems to have triggered this.
Look at this. This Pepper dude was probably like, after Charlie Kirk was shot, this Pepper dude was probably like, oh, where's free speech? We can't speak. They just want to cancel us. They just want to cancel us. And this Pepper dude's like, TikTok needs to ban you because you're just trying to spread propaganda. Trying to cancel me, bro. Holy shit. Snowflakes are the real special ones, aren't they?
This sort of avalanche of people. The situation of young people in Morocco is very bad at the moment. There are about 1.5 million young people aged 15 to 25 who are neither in education nor in work. And they seem to be make up, from their pictures, seem to make up the bulk of the people crossing.
Spain says that Morocco is cooperating, but Ceuta depends on Moroccan forces stopping people before they reach the water. Has Morocco, has it lost control or has it loosened control?
I'm just like elated that these people are making it across. I'm just elated that these people are. Think about it, guys. This year, and I was talking about this 2 months ago. We were talking about it 2 months ago. We were reading articles from Le Monde. 2 months ago, there had already been over 1,000 refugees fleeing oppression, fleeing modern slavery, fleeing war, crisis, crossing the Mediterranean. 1,000 of those people had drowned in the Mediterranean. This year, 2 months ago, it was already over 1,000. Okay, I want to show you a picture. I want to show you a picture from SOS Mediterranean France, okay? I want to show you a picture. And I need you to contemplate this picture. Because I think anyone... The humanity of what's happening in the Mediterranean is often lost. And I think this picture captures that humanity so well because you often forget that these people are human beings because of the way the media portrays it. Okay? Let me show you this, TikTok. Let me show you this. Everyone should see it. This image was taken from a plane. This image was taken from a plane over the Mediterranean Sea. You see that speck in the water? That's a body. That's a person who drowned. That's a person. This happens all of the fucking time in the Mediterranean Sea. All of the time. That's a human being fleeing war, fleeing oppression, fleeing displacement, fleeing climate change, drought due to climate change, fleeing so many things. This is what's happening to those people. Over 1,000 people this year alone, and that was 2 months ago. There'll be more who have drowned. You got to understand how much of a graveyard the Mediterranean Sea is. The Mediterranean Sea is a mass grave.
Direct support for the Noisy Crew detected. Thank you, kind viewer. Your support is appreciated.
Thank you so much. I'll just read that out. Give me 1 sec. So, yeah, see, it's people like this that are the problem, right? It's like, it's not only our responsibility, and they usually not behaving well here in the EU. Bro, the EU is extracting wealth from their countries. You and your countries are extracting wealth from their countries. Your country is sponsoring terrorists to bomb their houses. Literally, the EU is taking from Africa, from the Middle East, taking their houses, laying waste to their nations, laying waste to their futures, and then calling them the bad people. Of course I do. Abso-fucking-lutely I do. Absolutely. I live in New Zealand, bro. Aotearoa. New Zealand. This is what Europeans are complicit in. You can't distance yourself from this, Europe. This is what the EU is doing. The EU is making this happen. It's your governments. It's your governments. It's your governments making this shit happen. You're against open borders? Well, bro, Europe didn't give a fuck about open borders when they were the ones in other people's countries, eh? I don't think you have a choice anymore, buddy. Fuck, I hate it when people say, oh, we don't agree with open borders. And then they've gone to other countries, drawn fucking lines, and murdered like millions of people. It's like, okay, when are you going to take responsibility for that? When are you going to take accountability for that? Idiotic. I don't give a fuck what you agree with, Dope Stick. It's like Europe's like, oh yeah, we don't want open borders. But hey, we're going to continue to take oil from there. We're going to continue to arm that militia in Africa to continue to steal resources from there. We're going to back Rwanda, who backed the M23 rebels, to attack DR Congo, to continue to steal minerals from there. And then they go, oh, we don't want those people in our countries. We don't want those people in our countries, those Muslims. But then you can't stop fucking stealing their shit. You can't stop stealing their shit, bro. Either change your European nations or face the music. I am fucking proud of every Moroccan person. I am proud of every Moroccan person that risked their lives and crossed those borders. Good on them. Every single one of those Moroccan men, women, child, good on them. Well done. They fucking deserve a better life. They deserve a better life from the bondage of European oppression, from the bondage of white supremacy. If you don't like the consequences, stop committing the fucking crimes.
It isn't clear. Morocco says it is cooperating. It is doing what it always does to try to prevent this. But it's obvious that they have lost control because of the sheer numbers of people who are going across and just on rubber dinghies or even toy floats just to get around this one breakwater.
Spain's Supreme Court has said that migrants intercepted at sea must be brought ashore and processed. You've got local officials claiming that that ruling has encouraged these crossings. Is that credible?
Yes, it is. I think what they've agreed some time ago, that before they used to basically just send everyone back, even
Europeans, especially the white supremacist ones, will always tell you, oh, they're flooding in. Imagine how the Aboriginal Torres Strait Islanders felt when the convicts from Britain were being sent over and they were mass murdering their relatives. And they continue to imprison Aboriginal people and keep them in concentration camps. Those same people. Imagine how the Maori felt when the British decided that they would just take their land and flood in and basically like murder so many Maori on their own land. And then imagine when the Spanish landed in Latin America and murdered so many indigenous people on their own fucking land. It's the most idiotic thing for then those people who did all of that shit and continue to extract wealth from the global south.
Direct support for the Noisy Crew detected. Thank you, kind viewer. Your support is appreciated.
For those people who continue to gain the privileges because of the extraction of wealth and labor from these poor-ass fucking people, to then say, oh, close the borders. We don't want to help them. Nah, bro. You're reaping the rewards of your own fucking crimes. Enjoy, Europe, because it's about to get worse. It's about to get worse. Thank you, Runa. Thank you so much for the tip.
Throw them back in the water, and this resulted in not in Ceuta but in the other enclave, Melilla, a few years ago in a disaster in which 37 migrants died, apparently at the hands of the security forces. And so basically these people, once they're in Ceuta, they're in Spain.
It's meant to create anti-immigrant sentiment. I don't care if it's meant to create anti-immigrant sentiment. I hope every one of these 10,000 people find a great life. I hope because they are owed reparations for what Europe did to them, has done to them for generations. I hope every single one of these people here get an amazing life. I hope they find it. They've worked for it. They deserve it. They have been treated like trash by the West. And this is what the West gets for not dealing with the world with empathy and reparatory justice. It's about to happen.
And
I am proud of every single person in that crowd running into Europe, bro. I am proud of every person. Good on them. Get your fucking piece of the pie. Do it. Good on them.
The options for sending them back are very limited.
I understand that.
And they know that.
Ceuta's leader wants a national emergency declared. Madrid, so far...
Bro, the rapists are in the Epstein files, bro. What are you talking about? You know, the people you support. The pedos you support. They're all in the Epstein files, buddy. Taking from people like this.
Refused. Is this here a legal distinction that we're talking about, or is this a political denial that we're seeing?
I'm not sure what a national emergency would amount to. I think that what they obviously need is reinforcements, just to actually block the entry of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the government is inclined to announce a national emergency, but obviously it has a big...
I don't think you guys understand how insanely proud it makes me of these people. So much has been taken from them by Europe. So much has been taken from them by Europe. Yeah, just my clothes brush.
You follow a detective.
It's time to get rid of like a couple of these people, especially that guy being outwardly racist. Like, please get rid of that guy. Like, what's the point of having that opinion, you know? You guys don't understand how insanely proud I am of every... Not you, bro. You're just a common bigot. I am proud of every single one of these guys. The fact that they scare these racist Europeans, that is the way it should be. That privilege needs to fucking melt away. Every one of these guys every one of these families who are fleeing deserve a better life. Every single one of them. And I'm proud of them. I am glad they made it.
Problem on its hands because these people will eventually, quite soon, enter the Spanish mainland and become illegal immigrants.
Back in 2021, Morocco was accused of using migration pressure during a dispute with Spain. Is there any evidence that migration is again being used as leverage?
There isn't any evidence at the moment, but it's true. It has happened various times, particularly because of Morocco has a dispute with.
They're not Russian people. They're not Russian people, Amela. They're not Russians. They're Moroccans who've been organized into groups. Whoever did this, whoever made this happen, for whatever reason, for whatever reason, I don't trust the King of Spain at all. I don't trust any European government. Like, honestly. Who the fuck trusts European governments? Did you see the policy they voted for? Did you see the policy they voted for and what they chanted? Let me show you. Let me show you what the EU Parliament voted for. Let me show you what the EU Parliament voted for and what they chanted. Okay? Let me show you. Let me show you. EU Parliament migration. Send them back, I think it was. This is the real Europe, by the way. This is the real Europe. What I'm about to show you is the real Europe. Because that is the sentiment of these fucking people. Listen. MEPs chant, send them back in celebration after the European Parliament approved the strictest migration law in EU history. The legislation aims to speed up the deportation of migrants with no legal right to remain in Europe. Yep. Video too loud. I really wanted you to hear it, Jesse. You know, I wanted you to hear the chant clearly. This is the European Parliament, guys. This is the European Parliament chanting, send them back. I have zero empathy for these people. This is not just a country. This is all of Europe. That was the whole European Parliament. This is Europe, not one country.
Adopted. The first reading.
The EU will now hold migrants in offshore detention centres after the European Parliament approved its strictest ever migration law.
Yeah. So how this whole European migration system works is what Europe has done now is it's moved its borders. Go hard on TikTok. if they're racist, my clothes brush, if they're like, I'm sorry I said it that way, I shouldn't have said it that way, but that guy just started saying really racist shit, you know, what's the point? Like if they start saying real racist shit, like what's the point in keeping these fuckers around? Like they're losers. And I'll tell you this is who Europe is. This is what Europe is about. The way they do it is Europe has now moved its borders into Africa, into northern Africa. So basically, Libya, Tunisia, like all of these places have now become the European border. And Europe pays militants in Libya, Tunisia, these border countries, and what they do is they get them to incarcerate people fleeing from Africa, the Middle East, etc., who are trying to cross the Mediterranean. So those militants put them in like concentration camps, basically. Those militants put those people in concentration camps. They are paid by the European Union. But the way the European Union does it is they... I was making a documentary on this and I stopped. I should have made the documentary. But the way the European Union does it is through intermediary organizations. So you can never actually blame the European Union for it. The European Union has plausible deniability. So if a boat sinks in the Mediterranean, the European Union cannot be held to account for that. If like 100 people drown in the Mediterranean, the European Union can't be held to account for that. If militants in Libya or Tunisia enslave, which is happening in Libya, right? Like there's slavery happening. There's sex trafficking happening. These people are being trafficked. If it happens in Libya, and it's because of the funding, the European Union could go. It wasn't us. It just happened down the line in the supply chain. So European Union has plausible deniability, but they've moved the borders. They've moved the borders into northern Africa, and they're trying to stop these migrants who are fleeing war, who are fleeing climate instability, who are fleeing, marginalization and violence and slavery because of the policies of the West. Because of the extractionism of the West. These people are suffering in Africa. And yet, the West will have the most harsh borders after creating the conditions for their displacement. Okay, so let me be clear. I am not on Spain's side here. I am on the people's side. I am on those people I'm on the side of the people looking for a better life. I am on the people side who are running into Spanish territory. All power to those people. All power to them. I hope more people make it. Fuck this, bro. We can't treat human beings like fucking animals, man. We can't. Europe has done it for way too long. The West has done it for way too long. Treated black and brown people like trash. It's enough, bro.
With Spain over the territory of the Sahel, and they have certainly in the past used immigration as a tool in their diplomatic war.
You know, what we're seeing, does this expose the weakness of Europe's border policy, that Europe depends so heavily on Morocco?
Salam, Beth.
Well, I suppose, obviously it does if this is a chaotic situation and it's not clear, really how it can be controlled except perhaps, extending the fence that goes down to the sea, right into the sea, to make it harder. But I think, you're up against people who are very desperate, who will do anything to get into Europe. And as we've seen, that thousands drowning in the Mediterranean over recent years to escape poverty and conflict.
Mr. Burgeon, you have covered Spain extensively. You've seen things like this happen before. These images of all of these young men trying to get into Europe.
Also, another aspect is that big corps, in particular American corps, have caused climate change, and geographically the places hit the worst and hit first is the global south. The amount of carbon that the West has the West is responsible for, carbon emissions, and not just after the industrialization, including after China completely became the industry hub, including all of China's emissions all time. What the West has done emissions-wise is like way more than the rest of the world. The West has been the number one emitter of carbon into the atmosphere, especially because the West scaled up industry from the 1800s, from the early 1800s. Industrialization not only helped the West, build new amazing things like trains and shit, which they fucking, hop on about. At the same time they were doing that, they were mass murdering people around the world. They industrialized human suffering. That's the real story of industrialization. It was the industrialization of human suffering and extraction. That's what the West did. That's what the West has given the world.
Do people there at the border in Spain, do they ask, where are the women? Where are the wives? Where are the mothers?
Well, I think most of them are actually much too young they have mothers, but
or sisters.
Wives,
yeah.
Well, sisters.
I want an equitable world for all. I don't care about if it's done through no borders or not. I want an equitable world for all. I want the injustices of done by the West and through over the last 600 years, with the foundations of white supremacy and the Christian patriarchy, where they've slaughtered and enslaved so many. I want there to be justice for those crimes and equitable outcomes for everybody. And it's happening. It's happening, which is great to see. And I will always back those people running into those fucking borders, bro. I will always back them because they are being exploited. They are the ones who are being exploited by the West. Good for them, bro. Go find a better life. I hope they all find a great life. Hey, Camper Adventurer, kia ora.
As well, I think there are a lot of religious and political reasons why it'd be more difficult for women, young women particularly, to do this. But it is mostly young men. Many of these men will be, in fact, underage, and the Spanish state has an obligation to look after.
This keffiyeh, Shay, was given to me by a friend who's in Gaza at the moment. They ordered it for me from there. It was a gift. It's an authentic one, and I treasure it.
To them until they're 18, and the services that offer that are already hugely overwhelmed in cities like Barcelona, Madrid, and Valencia.
So what happens next? Is there any reason to think that Spain and Morocco will be able to regain control quickly of the border?
I think they will. I think whatever forces or resources are necessary to stop this, I would imagine would be in place both by Morocco and the Spanish quite quickly. But it remains an open border, and as I said, if people are that desperate about their conditions and hope for anything resembling a better life in Europe, they will do anything to get there.
Journalist Stephen Burgeon.
Yeah, Sylvie, though, like, I don't think we're gonna, the problem with resolving the contradiction of imperialism is it needs justice systems that can be able to do that, right? We need global justice systems that can act in unbiased ways. The problem is our whole global justice system is built by the West. But in particular, the modern versions of it that we have, built after World War II by Europe and America mainly. America more so than anybody else. Even our financial systems, all of it is built by is built by colonial nations, and we're never going to have justice. We're never going to have justice until we have equitable systems for all. So until then, we're going to keep getting moments like this. And I'm always going to say good for those people, man. I'm always going to say good for those people. Like I said, guys, I remember like a day I don't think people understand how much the media is involved in dehumanizing people. How much the media is involved in dehumanizing people. Which NGO pays me? Oh, bro, I have a check I'm waiting for. The Ayatollah is sending me a check. The new Ayatollah. I was like, bro, just Venmo me. But he was like, nah, bro, here's a check. And at the same time, I'm also talking to Benji. I'm also talking to Benji, and the
head of Mossad.
Also, the head of Mossad. They owe me a few bucks. Guys, did you guys fill out your invoices? Did you fill out your invoices? I've got the templates if you like. I asked Sheikh Hamad as well. Like, the Prime Minister of Qatar owes me a few bucks too. I gotta have a chat with Modi as well, bro. Fuck. I've been doing some RSS shit online,
Thank you, friends.
I've been waiting for Modi too, bro. He owes me a few bucks. You know who pays really well? Xi. Xi is reliable. Xi is fucking reliable. Honestly, like the guys like just spread some pro-Chinese propaganda. Just tell people who talk about Tiananmen Square too much, just tell them that they can suck on Xi's nuts. He's on time, bro. He's on time. Every time I send them an invoice, easy peasy. Done. You know who sucks? The Trump administration. Fuck. The Trump I can't get a single dollar out of the Trump administration, man. They owe me a fair bit. Sorry, what was your question again? Okay.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz?
Let's talk about Hamas disarming. This came up. Let's talk about Hamas disarming, okay, for a second. By the way, big ups to every single one of those Moroccans running into fucking Spanish territory. Good for them. I'll say it again. Great for them. Okay, let's talk about this. The Board of Peace. What's going on?
Breaking news, a senior Hamas official tells the BBC it has agreed to disarm in Gaza. That's after Donald Trump says his Board of Peace had reached a deal for the complete disarmament of Hamas and other armed groups in the Strip. Under the agreement, Israeli forces will withdraw as a new Palestinian police force is put in place. The US president said the agreement is a critical step towards Gaza finally being governed by a new Palestinian government.
Still waiting on Soros for my Antifa check. Oh, that's good. Holy shit, man. I saw someone's account. I saw someone's account on X, and their handle was or their name was CFO of Antifa. I thought that was so good. I love it. I love the internet, and I also hate it at the same time.
That will work closely with the Board of Peace to help the Palestinian people. At the same time, Israel will have the security it deserves, with Gaza no longer used as a base for terror attacks. Well, let's get more on this with our correspondent, Shaima Khalil. Shaima, like we heard there, Hamas has agreed to this, but have we heard anything from Israel yet?
By the way, if we don't laugh, we cry. Yeah, exactly, Shay. By the way, even if this is true, right? Even if this is true, the only people that will fuck this up are Israel. Israel can't live in peace. Like, the whole model of Israel is to just continue to expand, pull other countries into like forever wars, and that's how Israel continues to, how it continues to justify its existence to the West as an outpost of the West, of Western hegemony, American imperialism, more so now. They have to convince the West to continue to invest in that area. So without conflict and without this looming threat, this constant looming threat of, these brown people are just coming here to steal your oil and, mess up Western interests, it's always going to be the case that Israel is going to, continue to pull people into these conflicts. So peace is the last thing Israel wants. It doesn't want to live in peace with anybody, because the outpost itself is created as an expansionist colonial project in order to maintain Western hegemony and now American imperialism in the Middle East and Africa. So, yeah, man, like, I don't think this deal is going to stay.
Yet.
Just wondering who's going to pay for the migrants' housing and healthcare when the taxpayers mass organizes and withhold taxes. Well, bro, let me tell you something. You know where those taxpayers got their living standards and privilege from? Do you know why they have it? Because of the extractionism of resources, because of the extraction of resources and labor of the people fleeing those countries that wars are taking place in, because the West continues to fund wars and extractionism in those areas. Like, why do you think the West has better living standards? Do you think that's just because, Ubermensch or some shit? Dumbass.
Israel hasn't officially commented on this, but look, potentially this is quite a significant move because we have heard from Hamas. They've told the BBC that they have agreed to disarm completely from...
I call what these guys are doing now, and, power to them. That's what reparations is looking like, bro. Unless Europe stands up and actually pays reparations, this is what reparations is going to look like.
Gaza. And we've also obtained the text of the roadmap, and it really gives you a first-hand glimpse at these phases of the plan to disarm. And for them to give up not just civil control, but also military control of Gaza. This is a very complex operation. It will take a very, very long time. And I cannot emphasize enough that when you say there is a phased process, we've had phases before where you get to phase one and it goes on, but then hurdles come and phase two and phase three, especially with so many details. But the plan itself starts with the smaller armed groups in Gaza disarming. Then you move to Hamas's military.
So the West, like, backed the Arab Spring. And when the result of the Arab Spring was mass displacement into the West, into Europe in particular, they played the victim. They were like, oh, no, we don't want all of these people streaming in, while supplying the bombs and the weapons to fund the Arab Spring. And now they're creating more displacement, not even sanctioning Israel and allowing Israel to murder tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and then be like, oh, we don't want these people being displaced. You create the problem, bro. You break it, you buy it.
Infrastructure itself. And that is a huge and complex infrastructure. It includes tunnels. It includes production facilities, heavy weaponry, personal weaponry.
You're living paycheck to paycheck? Bro, imagine living in a tent under bombs. The bombs that your countries are sending to Israel. That our countries are sending to Israel. Like, Europe is the largest trading partner with Israel, buddy. All Europe needs to do is cut funding for Israel, and so many of the problems will be like, they could invest in your economies. Imagine, instead of sending money to Israel, they could invest in your economies so that you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. But your countries, European nations, are choosing to send Israel bombs.
As well, of military personnel of Hamas. On the other side, Hamas is expecting immediate humanitarian measures, 600 trucks of humanitarian aid, and the phased withdrawal of the Israeli forces. All of these are key details for this operation to go ahead. We've seen an impetus from Washington, from the White House, from the president, and from U.S. officials who say, we really want this to happen. I think one thing that stood out.
Thanks to my country buying Russian oil. Bro, Europe was like, fucking, isn't Europe still buying Russian gas? Isn't Europe still buying Russian gas? Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. This guy's blaming India for buying Russian oil. Firstly, India is not my country. I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand. That was pretty racist, by the way, Bandarite. I am from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Europeans are paying the Russians. The Europeans are paying Russians for their gas. So you're funding Russia to bomb Ukraine. How do you feel about that, bro? You're from Ukraine? You're from Ukraine? Why the fuck are you not more mad at... Like, I understand why you're mad at Russia, obviously, because they invaded you guys. But why aren't you mad at Europe? Because they keep fucking dangling their carrot, going, hey, you're now in line to become part of the European Union. 4 years of using your people as human shields. Europe still hasn't given you a pathway into Europe. Europe still hasn't given you a pathway into NATO. And you're mad at fucking only Russia and India? Are you stupid? What the fuck? Europe is literally using you as human shields. And you're online fucking angry at African people fleeing from their oppression? What are you saying, buddy?
Out to me.
I empathize with you. Ukraine absolutely has the right to defend itself. Ukraine absolutely has the right to fight for its sovereignty. The other truth is that Europe is using you as human shields because they don't give a fuck about Ukraine. At the end of the day, Europe is using your bodies as human shields in order to protect themselves.
When U.S. officials were briefing the press, is they said that this plan, in other words, they're going in knowing that those two sides don't trust each other, knowing that those two sides have made agreements before and they've fallen through, but also the fact that neither Israel nor Hamas is going to get to the next phase without this being verified. But also, I think that the fact that you've got President Trump pushing this ahead doesn't necessarily mean that the Israeli government, the Israeli leadership is going to play along. We have an initial agreement from Hamas.
Bro, I'm not going to sit here and fucking simp for Russia, bro. If you think Putin's a good guy, then guys, don't fucking ever take the side of any government. Okay? It just makes you look completely ridiculous. The reason why people are fighting over borders right now is because of people who just did not give a fuck about the working class. These borders and arbitrary lines are the reason for every single war, death you're seeing right now. And that is not something we should be using against people who are being bombed en masse in Ukraine, for example. Like, Ukrainians are getting killed, bro. Like, let's be real. Russian soldiers are getting killed. Russian people are getting killed. You know, like, what is this for? What is this? What are we killing each other for, bro? What are we doing this for? A 1,000 migrants. 1,000 migrants have drowned in the Mediterranean Sea, fleeing their disposition. They're fleeing war. They're fleeing starvation. They've drowned in the Mediterranean Sea. This is what borders do, bro. This is what Europe has. This is how Europe has modeled the world, to constantly fight amongst ourselves for the right to hold lines on a map. Yeah, and we get chuds in the chat defending this shit. It's just, I'm not saying it's you, S. I know. I'm not, when I say chuds, I'm not saying you, S. I'm just saying there are others who come in today. It's just like, they love the conflict. They love it. How many more fucking people have to die, man?
But what that means on the ground, what it will look like in terms of disarming, what it will look like in terms of giving up control, but also remember what it would look like in terms of a ceasefire. That means that the bombing of Gaza has to stop. We've been there before with another ceasefire agreement that President Trump spearheaded when he went to Sharm el-Sheikh, when he went to Israel, and that has fallen through.
Yeah.
And so I think everybody's going into this with eyes open about what it will take for this to actually be implemented.
Shaima, really appreciate you putting all of that into context for us. And let's just continue this conversation now with Ahmed Fouad Al-Khatib, resident senior fellow at the Atlantic Council's Middle East programs. Ahmed, like we heard from Shaima there's a lot of questions here about how this is going to play out, what this will look like. Realistically, how can we verify that Hamas and these other groups are going to be
Yeah, right-wingers are like, war is necessary evil. Let's think of a reason to start one. And then they're like, oh, but, the Jews are replacing us. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, we're listening to all the wrong people around the world. All the wrong fucking people have power. It's just... It's crazy to watch ourselves completely rip the whole planet apart at the, with these leaders in play. It's crazy. Love how they talk about how Israel has violated the ceasefire for the last 9 months, but all mentions Hamas. Yeah, exactly.
disarming?
Well, that's the challenge, is that we absolutely have no real way of doing so, especially because the implementation is going to take hundreds of days, estimates in 200 to 300 days. We're talking about an international security force or stabilization force that needs months to be stood up. A police force for Gaza under NCAG, the Technocratic Transitional Committee, that needs months, if not an entire year, to be ready to enter Gaza. So that's on one end. In the interim, Hamas on the other end will have plenty of time to potentially scheme and put in contingency plans for should multiple phases succeed, okay, but then the final phases fail, to maybe retrieve some of those weapons that it will stash away in hidden away tunnels that we don't know.
Oh, shit! The Asian Football Confederation.
Some more breaking news now, and our top story regarding Gianni Infantino's plan to seek private investment in the World Cup. We've got a statement from the Asian Football Confederation. It reads,
Thank you, friends.
The Asian Football Confederation has observed with deep concern the uncertainty that has emerged across the global football community. The AFC stands in solidarity with UEFA and CONCACAF in expressing serious concerns over FIFA's proposal to introduce private investment into FIFA's flagship competitions and the decision-making process around FFE. The AFC believes that the proposed FFE cannot realistically achieve the necessary broad consensus and unity required to move forward. Any proposal that risks undermining the unity and universal character of the competition must be reconsidered.
Thank you, friends. Thank you, friends.
Yes. Oh yes, this is not gonna happen. Yeah, I don't watch soccer, but was there lobbying in soccer? Yeah, there's loads of lobbying. Firstly, Sal Pal, let me teach you how to say it properly. It's football. Please call it football. The next I'm sorry, Salpa. I just needed to get that one out of my system. Yeah, there's a lot of lobbying. There's a lot of corruption. I'm from America. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption for sure. There's a lot of corruption. The next World Cup will be sponsored by Kalshi. Bro, the next World Cup will basically be like... It'll be like the NFL. I haven't watched... I hate American football. Like, I can tolerate baseball. I can tolerate basketball. But, American football is the worst sport. Every inch of that sport is like an ad. every inch of that sport is just an ad. How do Americans? Yeah, baseball is like, I watch cricket. I used to play cricket as well. I'm a fan of cricket, so I can watch baseball. Like I can chill and watch baseball. I can understand. So there's a few things there. I can watch basketball because basketball's basketball, bro. It's such a unique sport. I just love, you know, I'll watch the highlights. I'll not watch a full basketball game, or a baseball match. I won't watch a full one. I'll just watch the highlights. But how stupid is it? They call it football and they throw the fucking thing. They only kick it once in a while. Why did they call it football? Hand egg. I like hand egg. Throw ball would be more appropriate. Yeah. I like hand egg. I love rugby. Rugby, for me, rugby is higher for me than rugby league. I can watch rugby. Why does name make you so upset? Yeah, I mean, it's called football and they throw call it throw ball. And they've stolen a name from like an actual sport where they use their feet to kick a ball. Yo, Logie, welcome. Normalize calling sports rugby is fun. Tosser was. Oh, shit. Rugby union, yeah. I just call rugby union rugby and rugby league. For me, rugby, if I say rugby, I mean rugby union. It's kind of wild how rugby has fewer injuries because they don't use pads. The pads make players feel invincible, which is CTE is so high. Yeah, which is why CTE is so high. Yeah. Rugby is a real man sport. Impacts that can dent a metal sheet. Yeah, but rugby has technique, you know? Like you got to use technique. Tackling, there's tackling technique, there's rules around rucking, and there's rules around scrummaging and all of that stuff. It's very, very well looked after. I mean, head-to-head collisions are instant yellow or red cards. Like, these players are trained to play the game as safely as possible. I just feel like football is the stupidest game. Like, American football is the stupidest game. It's just like, it's like, okay, let's get the white quarterback to throw it at these black dudes who then run into other black dudes at high pace. Like, did people not see, like, the racism in that shit? At least now there are more black quarterbacks, I guess. How to obliterate a sport in a sentence. Hey, Nash, how are you? Got to really get your head into the guy in front's bum in Union. Very technical sport. Yo, I was talking about that the other day too, how it has a white supremacist layout to it where the quarterbacks are disproportionately white. Yeah. And it's, I mean, I wonder what proportion of the people who get CTE are black, you know? See, that's why I love bowling. I do feel a strange satisfaction watching a black ball topple all those self-righteous white pins. Oh my gosh. That's next level, man. I just go have a yarn online, you know, when I feel a bit like, you know, talking about liberation or talking about white supremacy. I just have a yarn. You go play, you go bowl. Fuck, that's funny. Football has like some almost slave plantation levels of racism. The other sports try to hide it. Yeah. Now, I think I've always looked at it like that. It's all the black guys are doing the most dangerous shit in that sport. Also, what other sport could birth the great Hopoate? Yeah. Oh, the Hopoate. Oh, Hopoate. My goodness. Hopoate. I'm never going to look at bowling the same way. It's the white pins, imagine, for me. Yeah. That was an oil check. They didn't know about CTE when football was developed. Oh, shit, Cass. Don't remember where I stole the joke from, but it's ours now, comrade. Yeah, it's ours. We're keeping it. We're keeping it. As of the 2025-2026 season, 50% of the NFL starting quarterbacks are not white. So 50% are people of color. That's good. I think the stat to look up, Mr. Anderson, isn't like the quarterback thing. It's more the CTE thing. Like that is the danger of the sport, real danger. Like look at who's getting the most CTE. Because I just feel like all these dudes, a lot of the dudes doing the most dangerous shit are black guys. And I remember I used to watch a little bit when I was at university because it was like the cool thing to do. That reminds me, I got to check the oil on my car. Peace out, Noisy. Bless, bro. Take care, S. Hope your oil is all oily. Hope your oil's oily. Good luck. When I was at university, it was like the cool thing to do. So my team that I supported was the Atlanta Falcons. And yeah, sadly, I had a Michael Vick jersey. and then I learned that he liked to fight dogs, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was an L. And the Falcons are one of the only teams that haven't won. Right, so great choice. Great choice, Noisy. Well, we all make NFL mistakes. It's a canon event. I mean, come on, man. It's the most dangerous freaking sport. Noisy fistfights dogs. You heard it here, folks. Nah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going with this Hamas. I think I'm just annoying people with this Hamas story. So, like with that guy and the Hamas story. Let's just look at what's happening with Iran. This was 8 hours ago. There's going to be more that's happening now, but let's just listen in.
The last 24 hours have seen the war widen, this time to Egypt, where a drone hit the port of Damietta, setting 2 ships there on fire. It's the first time that country has been targeted in the war. No one has claimed responsibility, and today Iran's foreign ministry urged vigilance against what it called false flag operations designed to undermine regional peace. The foreign minister also warned Cyprus and Bulgaria against allowing the U.S. to use their bases to launch attacks on Iran.
Yeah, Iran immediately blamed Israel for it, and Israel immediately blamed Iran for it. So no one knows who did it. But I think Israel probably.
In another sign of expanding hostilities, Saudi Arabia, for the first time in this war, joined the U.S. in a strike against Iranian-backed militias inside Iraq.
How big is this getting?
I wish she'd asked, how deep are we going here? And then the guy goes, yeah, I think it's balls deep.
Bigger and bigger, and it's moving almost inexorably toward the west. Think a Western front. We talked about that in World War II. Here it is, the Red Sea, the Suez.
Oh, there's more news. Shit's falling apart. Are we?
Breaking news to bring you now. In the storm surrounding FIFA's contentious plan to sell stakes in its competitions, including the World Cup, to private investors. Well, our sports correspondent Rob Harris is on the phone. Rob, what more do you know?
Sky News can reveal that one of Gianni Infantino's most trusted advisors, Carlos Cordeiro, has quit this morning in protest at the plans to sell off stakes in the World Cup. This is a bombshell. Infantino losing one of his closest allies, someone who's been so close to him for 5 years. And Mr. Cordeiro is not just a former leader of US soccer, he's also a former chairman of Goldman Sachs Bank. So he's very heavily involved in the banking world, and he is aghast at these plans by Mr. Infantino. This will put increasing pressure on how Infantino can potentially stay in power. This is part of the statement released exclusively by Carlos Cordeiro to Sky News announcing his resignation. He said, as a senior advisor to the FIFA president, a former banker, and a lifelong football fan, I cannot stand by while FIFA considers selling a stake in the World Cup. Let me be clear, I had no involvement in this proposal and I oppose it unequivocally. It is a bad deal for FIFA member associations, a bad deal for football, and a bad deal for the long-term future of the game. Football has been central to my life, and after more than 35 years in banking, I understand both the value of this asset and the consequences of giving part of it away. That is why this proposal should be rejected. And that is a damning statement from someone so close to Gianni Infantino. He's been alongside him, meeting Donald Trump in the build-up to the World Cup, integral to the preparations for the tournament that's just been happening all around the world. Carlos Cordeiro's travels with Infantino. The fact he's lost one of his closest advisors will be cutting to Gianni Infantino. As a reminder of these plans, $20 billion. They said this new venture would be worth to sell off the commercial rights, looking to sell 20% of it off about $4 billion to private investors. Well, Carlos Cordeiro is saying that this is just not good value, and FIFA just overnight had tried to defend the process. Infantino's organisation saying there is a consultation still, even though these plans have been so well advanced that Sky News revealed yesterday they already had plans to receive the cash in October. Well, I mean, it is a very long statement we have received, and what Carlos Cordeiro also says is this proposal has become a defining...
I think if FIFA gets destroyed, and I think that is a Western institution, really, that is also being dismantled. Fuck it. Let it be dismantled. Maybe we can build something that's far more equitable for all in place of FIFA. Trump is the best at just completely fucking things up. I love the straightness of that. Thank you, Ghostface Miller. Thank you. Hey, folks. Hey, Greg. Welcome. Hey, let's build something equitable for all.
I want to be a good boy.
Let's build something equitable for all. It doesn't change much, though, in the long term. The finance monopoly of the West will infect the next FIFA. Maybe. I mean, China maybe will play a bigger role this time. India may play a bigger role. You know, the larger economies of the world don't look the same as when FIFA was created. So you never know, guys. We may have more global South involvement, more African countries more African countries getting involved, maybe, you know, more alliances being formed to fund things. Neo FIFA. Oh, I love it. Neo FIFA. Let's call it Neo FIFA. FIFA with socialist characteristics. I love it.
Question for FIFA's future. After careful consideration, I can no longer continue my role, he said, and that's why he's resigning. And he says this is a message.
I'd like to announce the launch of my new organization, FIFA, Falastini Intifada for Us Humans. Oh, I love it. Put it in the Louvre right now.
The rest of the game that
hang it in the Louvre.
That the rest of the world of football speaks up now too. He says that decisions of this magnitude should be made in the interest of football and not those who stand to profit from it. And he's talking in this very detailed statement about the lack of economic
really, Greg?
aptitude from this plan from Gianni Infantino.
Yo, Blue.
And talking a bit like many of the members,
I
like
UEFA
said, like
soon.
the Asian and North American confederations, about the lack of detail. And what Carlos Cordeiro says about these plans are most troubling of all is the absence of answers to fundamental questions. Why this deal? Why now?
Thank you so much for my headache.
What oversights exist? Who benefits? Was there a competitive process?
Hey, Righteous
what governance
Giggles.
will be in place? What investors ultimately gain?
Any update on the cockroach revolution? Not.
I want to be a good boy.
What is happening with the cockroach revolution is now they're asking other people to resign. So like Amit Shah, who is basically Modi's right-hand man, they're asking him to resign as well. So yeah, it's just getting deeper and deeper into the cesspool of the Modi administration. So I think it'll get to Modi soon.
And at what cost to football? These questions remain largely unanswered, and yet member associations...
The thing is, Modi's doing exactly what everyone expected him to do, which is to implement more repression, right? Like he's attacking... the BJP government is now attacking individuals who were at those protests. So... fascists just don't understand when to stop. And yeah, he's just implementing more of this. And students are just going to go back on the streets. Like, he can't control this anymore. People like fascists, narcissists, they don't know when they've lost. Trump is the same. He doesn't know he doesn't know when he's lost. He's lost in Iran. He should just fuck off now. And, you know, save his money, but he's just going to continue because he can't handle losing anything. Same with Modi. He's going to continue. He's going to crack down, and that's just going to create a revolution. Let's see what happens.
Associations are being asked to make a decision of enormous consequence in barely 50 days or risk being left behind. That is not a responsible way to determine the future of the world game. And that is saying that Gianni Infantino is not acting responsibly at all. So this is a damning indictment on the leadership of Gianni Infantino, who often complains about the media critics. The FIFA statement overnight claiming that media reports misconstrued this World Cup sell-off. This is not a football association. It's not UEFA, who are often at loggerheads with FIFA. This, we have revealed, is Gianni Infantino's most senior advisor, Carlos Cordeiro, quitting in protest at Gianni Infantino's attempts to sell off part of the World Cup. And this adds to the fact UEFA have said they'll boycott the World Cup.
Yeah, the question really is, Righteous Giggles, if Modi was to flee, where would he go? Maybe Putin will take him. I don't know. Maybe he'll have an apartment next to Bashar al-Assad or something. I don't know.
World Cup, if FIFA continues with these plans. The Asian Confederation just this morning as well saying that they reject the plans.
Yeah, he's got US ties. Yep, he'll go live right next to fucking Reza Pahlavi and Maria Corina Machado. Oh, shit.
Now, more than half of the world's FAs are rejecting them. The question now is Gianni Infantino losing his closest advisor, Carlos Cordeiro. What does it mean for the future of Gianni Infantino to survive in a position? I've already reported, having heard People telling me that Gianni Infantino is rapidly losing the support of world football, and now he's lost his most senior advisor.
From the Lurkers Lounge. Oh, it's good to see you, Amelia. Hope you're well. Hear me out. He will under the sea with he will live under the sea with SpongeBob. Thank you for your passion and snark in a short time helps. Yeah. What if we give them all? Oh my gosh! What if we put them all on yachts? They don't deserve that. They absolutely don't deserve that. Okay. Let's keep going with the Iran war.
Suez Canal, owned and operated by Egypt.
How's the dog feeling? Hey, would you guys like an update about Ginger? Like, I'm happy to do that now, just so we can kind of get that out of the way. Not like, you know, I want to get it out of the way. I can do it now. Mars is perfect for them. Let me just share this with Discord, and then I can show you guys. I was with him tonight, by the way. I was with Ginger, and I was with him, and we spent a fair bit of time with him. It was nice. It was very, very cool. Went on a walk with him. We chilled. Okay, here we are. Yeah, so he is doing, so I got a phone call today. From the doctor, from the surgeon who worked on him, and they said that he is beating all the odds. So they did his blood work today, and his amioglobin or some shit, like some chemical is doing really well in his bloods. So they've taken him off plasma. Which is massive. He ate by himself, so he doesn't need a tube anymore. He doesn't need a tube, so he's very happy that way. He's still got a fair bit of recovery to happen, because the next 2 days are the critical days. Because what they're going to be doing over the next 2 days is taking him off the things that were, you know, helping him deal with the pain and all of that. Various, issues that he's had. So this is going to be the big moment. The next 2 days are huge for our boy. Hold on, guys. I'll just put the images up on TikTok as well. Yeah. So the next 2 days are super important, especially Sunday. Very, very important. So they're going to stop giving him pain meds too often. So he's going to be, oh, look at those thighs. I'm sorry about that. My thighs are in the picture. Oh, look at him. Isn't he cute? Oh, look at those beautiful eyes. Look at those beautiful eyes, everybody. I'm looking respectfully.
Kami, oh, my Ginger.
Gingy dog. Sweet baby. You're a sweet boy.
Look at him, Ems.
He just wants his butt scratches. Give it to him.
I know, but I'm just so worried about him.
He's a strong boy, isn't he, Aaron? Hey, who's your strong boy? Baby. Want to make him feel better? Give him his butt scratches. Look at that. Oh, twerk it. Hey, Mickey, twerk it.
I had to turn that video off at that point. This is him going for a little walk. Also looks good in fishnets. That's hard to pull off with fur.
Sweet papa.
That's so good that he wants to.
The fact that he has interest in the outside is really good.
Yeah.
Because when they're really dull, it's not good.
Yeah, it shows like he's mentally ready to take this on.
Wait, come on. We're not going that far, Bubby. This way.
That was my biggest concern is, you know, is he just going to mentally give up kind of thing? But he's just such a resilient guy.
Yeah, he's very stoic. Honestly, he is. You can visit with your people some more.
Yeah. So, oh, look at him. How could you not love him? How could you not love this boy? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's quiet. When other dogs bark at him, he doesn't react. He doesn't bark. He's super protective of our son. Like if our son's crying, he'll go like stand next to him and look after him. He's just such a good boy, you know? He deserves everything, man. There he is backing his ass into my face. Trying to get butt scratches. Yeah, he's very relaxed. Yes. Meanwhile, my dog decided I needed to be awake 40 minutes early. Hey, Faye, welcome. He's got all the Noisy Crew values. Oh, yeah, he's awesome. And, yeah, guys, like, the next 48 hours are the most critical. Because in the next 48 hours, a lot of things are going to happen. He's going to be taken off. He's not going to be so... He's going to be taken off his pain meds. He's not going to be so dependent. They're not going to keep him dependent on it. His plasma's out now, so his body is doing a lot more heavy lifting. So over the next 48 hours, his body has to accept the surgery that's just happened, the changes that have been made internally to his body. And yeah, I'm visiting him twice a day. I'm visiting him once in the morning. I'm visiting him once so in the morning I visit with my parents, and in the evening I visit with Amber and Aaron, our son. And yeah, he's he's just getting better every day. But again, like, this is it. This is the critical bit. This is the critical bit, everybody. This is when his body is going to be taking on this fight by itself. the catheter has come off. So when we went there, his catheter was off, so he peed by himself. Like, these are all small steps, but they're actually, in the grand scheme of things, they're huge milestones, and they're all happening so quickly. So his body is just like, he had 2 major surgeries within a week. This boy has had 2 major surgeries, 2 incisions in the same place, and they've, obviously like messed around with his organs and stuff. 2 of those in a single week. And yet he's just like, he's just there, and he's walking around like such a strong boy. He's incredible, man. Like, even the nurses are like, he's super stoic, and he's just getting on with it. I'm really happy. I'm really proud of him. He wants to live. He wants to live. I can see it. He is not gonna give up. And that's what I was like super concerned about, especially with 2 surgeries happening back to back like this. I was just like, he may just, just feel so intruded upon that he might just give up, mentally just give up. But nah, he's just gotten up, and he's going. I'm so proud of him. But the surgeon and I spoke today. The doctor and I spoke, the surgeon and I spoke today, and we are not celebrating yet at all. The surgeon said that he is, he's beating all the odds. She's surprised with how he is behaving, but we're not celebrating. The next 2 days are the hard part, guys. I am so anxious. I'm so worried for our Baba, because all of his like bits of help are going to be removed. He's going to have to fight. We'll be there for him, of course. Whatever happens, we'll be there. He can count on that. But man, our boy has been through it. Our boy has been through it. You never want to see this, they're like your children, man. You never want to see this. How old is he? He turns 3 end of this year. He turns 3 end of this year. He's still young. He's still so young. It's this one for me. This says everything about him. I think he feels pretty vulnerable, obviously. But he's just like, he gave me this look of like, I'm still here, bro. I love this guy so much, honestly. He is everything to our family. Like, we're a unit, We're a unit. If one got taken away, we'd be very empty. Yeah, why are you leaving me here? Yeah. How's he doing? Yeah, he's doing better. He's doing better, but the next couple of days are his big days. The good thing is, the next couple of days, he's going to be at the vets as well. So that's the positive. Like, if something happens, they can help him. But it's still, man, like, he has to go by himself. Like if he has to come home, he has to recover by himself.
Gingy, you sweet papa. That's so good that he wants to.
The fact that he has interest now is really good.
Yeah.
Because when they really dull, it's not good.
Yeah, it shows like he's mentally ready to take this on.
Oi, come on. We're not going that far, Bobby. This way.
That was my biggest concern is, you know, is he just going to mentally give up kind of thing? But he's just such a resilient guy.
He's very stoic. Honestly, he is. You can visit with your people some more.
Come here. Oh, my ginger. Oh, my gingy dog.
Sweet baby. Wish boy.
Look at him.
What?
He just wants his butt scratches. Give it to him.
I know, but I'm just so worried about him.
He's a strong boy, isn't he?
Oh dear, I think Twitch just went down. What the heck? Oh no, Twitch just went down. What? Why? Has it fully crashed? Oh my gosh, dude.